Luna, the little puppy who found her second chance. I'll never forget the phone call that changed everything. A rescue shelter reached out to us. The voice on the other end was heavy, tired, and I knew right away this was one of those moments where a life was hanging in the balance. They said, "We have a 7-week-old puppy. Her head is swollen from infection. She needs medical care we can't provide." My heart sank. She was just a baby, barely new to this world, yet her time was already running out. They believed Luna had been dumped by a breeder, probably because she wasn't perfect. But to me, she was already perfect. Perfect because she was still fighting to live. We were hours away from the shelter. Every tick of the clock felt unbearable. Honestly, I wasn't sure we'd make it in time. But we drove like our hearts depended on it. And maybe they did. 2 hours later, that tiny puppy was in my arms and her story wasn't over. Those first weeks were some of the hardest days of my life. We rushed her straight to the animal hospital, where Luna stayed for weeks. Her head was swollen like a balloon. She was so fragile, like the slightest wrong breath could break her. And breathing was her biggest battle. Luna didn't know how to breathe through her mouth, only her nose. And her nose was blocked. She would panic, fight for air, then faint, her little body going limp in my hands. We learned to hold her head just right, tilt her at the right angle, sometimes even wedge my finger gently in her mouth, just to keep it open so she could breathe and drift into sleep. I can still remember the gut-wrenching fear every single time she struggled for air. And I'll admit, many nights I cried, praying that she'd still be alive when the morning came.
I was ridiculously happy to be here. Good girl. I love you, Luna. Thank you.
But, little by little, Luna fought back. Each day, she grew a bit stronger. Until one day, I walked into the hospital, and instead of finding her weak and still, I saw her standing on wobbly legs, tail wagging, eyes shining. She had made it. That was the moment she came back to herself, playful, wild, and full of life. Today, Luna is amazing. She's silly and full of energy, but also deeply sensitive. She feels emotions, you can see it. Raise your voice just a little, and her ears droop, her eyes soften, almost as if she's asking, "Did I do something wrong?" She lives for praise. And the way she looks up at me, waiting for reassurance every time, it melts my heart. She's not just a pretty dog. She's a gentle, kind soul.
That's my good girl. That's my good girl. Look at your crazy. Because she's so happy to get here all the time. She's probably one of the other dogs that is like, yay, here we go.
Many people wanted to adopt her when she was small. And maybe in another life, I might have said yes. But after everything we went through together after those nights, I held her head just so she could breathe. I couldn't let her go. We live only 5 minutes from the vet, which gave me peace of mind when she was still so fragile. But more than that, she's family now. She's ours. And here's what I want to tell anyone thinking about adopting an animal. These souls are not broken. They are not throwaways. They are kind, loyal, forgiving spirits just waiting for one chance. But before you bring one home, please be sure you're ready. Ready for the responsibility, the costs, the sleepless nights, because it isn't always easy. But if you open your heart, the love you'll receive will change you forever.
Apple with a little bit of peanut butter. Just a little bit.
Our Luna wasn't supposed to make it past 4 p.m. that day. But today, she's still here. She's happy, she's loved, and every single day, she reminds me second chances are always worth fighting for. If Luna's story touched you, please share it, hit that like button, and the next time you think about getting a pet, think about adopting. Because somewhere out there, right now, there's another little soul waiting, hoping you'll get there in time, before the clock runs out.
So nervous. Why are we so nervous? Can you settle down? Let's get you ready. Can you settle down?
Get Lily
Sit, Luna. Good sit. That's my good girl. That's my good girl. Look at your crazy eyes.